Hi everyone, you're watching JFX, and in this video I would like to introduce you to our new version of EA JFX LineTrader Pro. Finally, it's ready, and I want to show you some cool features we have and how it's all working. And after this video I will make some other a bit smaller videos with every feature, what it does and how it works with the examples. So now EA works on both platforms, MT4 and MT5, and you can trade anything that is in those platforms, futures, stocks, currencies, cryptocurrencies, and I want to start with how to install it. And so after you download it and save it into your folder somewhere in the computer, you just go and copy it, and then you open wherever MT4 or MT5. So I'm trading on MT4, so example will be on MT4. So you go into the file and open data folder. Okay, so after that, I'm going to have MKL4. Okay, so you press that, and then you go to experts, and then you just paste in, and that's it, it's done. After that, you either restart your platform or you just go to expert advisors, you press right click, refresh, and it will appear in this panel as JFX LineTrader Pro. So if you already have the previous version and you want it all, not to drag all this new version into the your chart, so then you just easier will be to restart the your platform. So then to put it onto the chart, it's pretty much, if you're new to it completely, you're taking it, you just drag it and you drop it on the chart. You have to make sure that you have allow live trading tick and allow DLL imports. Okay, so don't forget to do that. And that's pretty much it. So then you do press OK. So let's do it this way. So like that, and here we go. So you'll have this panel. Okay, so that's what it looks like now. You can see it's a little bit different, has a little bit more colors to it, and new buttons. Okay, so we do have new buttons by sell, then these little arrows, and also the big red button. So level lines are pretty much the same, just a bit color now. So okay, that's the main panel in here, and we have shortened a little bit of the name. We call it now JFX LineTrader Pro. So, and if you have a smiley face, that means that active. Okay, so you have auto trading, remember, right? So it's switched off or switched on, and then you have a smiley face, so that's all good. And then you'll have a license here, the button where it will be telling you the license active until wherever, if you're going to get it. So you have this panel where it actually gives you the description of the settings you have in. You see, you can know what's the initial lot size you have, what the option they're closing, half positions at so many points, take profit. Everything is in points now, guys. Before it was in pips, now it is in points, and so it's easier now in points when you go through the different pairs. There might be different points, and that's why you would need to maybe add somewhere zeros and or take away zeros, depends on which pair you trade. So just you need to make sure you know that. So stop loss, it shows you also here the settings. Then we have a recovery, also shows you what settings do you have for recovery, markets offset, confirmation points, and then it's going to be tracking. So right now you see no active orders. So pretty much now you see I dropped it on the screen, on the chart, and there is nothing is going to happen. It's not going to trade automatically anything because the settings in there, we have default, let's say settings say just default, which are completely changeable. I'm going to show you now, and it's pretty much the configuration for your daily trading. So what the good about the CA is also more like a tool in helping you in your daily trading. So that's why, okay, the benefits of the EA, guys, there are a few of them. I just don't know how to, to tell you all about. So for example, one of the benefits, trade without emotions, right? So why do you need, let's say, to use it if you are doing a manual trading, for example? So it's completely emotional free because you place your orders with EA and you just walk away, and that's it. Just let it take over your trades, and you don't need to worry about it, you don't need to watch it, you don't need to stress out. I know how stressful it is, I know myself, and that's why I find it is very, very good for emotions, just to leave it. Okay, so then never miss your trades. Okay, so that's why I would say, like, never miss your trades, because you can place your pending orders, and when you don't, when you can't, for example, trade for some sessions, maybe in your time zone, you're sleeping at time, for example, some like European session, right? You are somewhere on the other side of the world, and it is during the night, you don't want to wake up for those trades, but you can place those pending orders with your settings again, and then go to bed, sleep, and then the EA will take over it. Okay, so no need for too many screens. Okay, so you probably saw a lot of videos, guys, where professional traders, they're sitting there, have lots of screens around them, because they have to watch every single pair they're trading, they need to know what is going on out there, here. So with the EA, it's with this tool, it's so much easier. You just place as many levels, as many currencies wherever you want, and it takes over you again with your hands, and then you just keep an eye on it. You can scroll between the pairs when you need to just have a look what is happening, but you don't need to watch every single peep, not to miss on so many pairs at the same time. So you see, it makes it much easier. You can do it all, of course, manually, stressing out yourself, but with a little bit of help, I think it's makes it much more interesting and exciting to trade. Okay, so, and another a good point, I would say, never lose on fast moves, pullbacks, for example. So sometimes the market moves very fast, and you maybe jump into the trade, and then it moves like few peeps, and then suddenly turns around on you, right? And you just like didn't have enough time, enough moment to place the, say, stop loss behind it, or put the stop into the break even, or place a little bit of the profit, or close half positions, because sometimes it happens quite fast, and by the time you do it manually, it turns around on you, and that's it, and you are floating with loss, or you made the loss. But you see, that's what helps with the CA. When you place your orders, when you jump into the trade with your settings, right, it's already in this few seconds, it's already closes to half positions, places the stop into break even, and so pretty much it helps you to do it all fast, what the human being really can't do it. Okay, so that's just a little bit of the benefits of the EA. I'm trying to explain to you some, if you don't understand what it needs to be for, it just makes it the process of trading makes it a little bit more simple, easier, and more fun, I would say that way, because I'm telling you, just manually trading is really hard. And also with the CE, you can trade fully automatically. If you don't want to do completely hands-free, with the strategy, for example, I use on gold, you saw, I'm trying to do it fully automatically, but like I'm saying, there are still so many settings could be checked for other pairs. It's just physically I can't do it myself to check them all, but right now I'm trying to do it on gold, and we will see how it will continue, right? I will still try to do some other settings maybe with the other pairs. So quite a lot of options, and for example, this EA is not only stuck to the exact strategy I use. You can use with any other strategies, like I'm saying. It can be your manual trades where you want to place pending orders, where you want to place take profits, where you want to move, let's say, stop at some point to break even. So that's what all you can do, like a swing trading, you can do price action, patterns, any other ones, because like I'm saying, it can be used just as a tool, a very useful tool. And so let's see what it does, guys. So a little bit of introduction of the benefits of it. Now we go to this panel. So if you like just double click, it's easier for me to do this way. And you go to input. So this is where all the main functions, all the what you need to do, right, to set up your own settings. So like I'm saying, guys, these are just a default settings, and pretty much it is mostly for euro dollar, but they all can be changed. And don't forget, different brokers have different rules. So some brokers will not allow to move stop loss like closer than 5 pips or even 10 pips. And during the news events also, the rules can be changed. So that's why you really need to use and play with the old settings on demo account before you apply it on real account, so you know exactly what you can expect from it. Okay, you can do also back testing and see how it works. So first of all, what you need to do, receipt code, right? So when you get the EA, you would need to put a receipt code. In here it's individual for exactly for you, and it's one license per computer. That's what, and then you can, I mean, apply to any accounts you want, but it's only on one computer. So then the next important settings, of course, is the order size. Okay, so that's the lots, and like I'm saying, this is usually I put 0.02 minimum because we go in with my usual setups, close and half positions, and the rest of it trail. But you can place 0.01 if you don't want to close half positions, for example, right? Or you don't want to split. So of course that is possible just to start with 0.01. So, but that's the usual setting for me, for example. The next setting is a trade mode. So we have, this one is close half and trail, is based on the system where it's close in half, and the rest of it will be continue staying in the trade and trail. Okay, the trailing stop will be following it. So now we do have some other new settings in here. For example, there is another setting is called standard. So that one means that if you place the take profit, the standard will go for that take profit. It will not split the lot, so it's just going to go for take profit. But with this one you can also set up like trailing stop or anything, but it will go for specific take profit. So that's the new feature. Then we have, well, except there was the same feature before. We were placing either minus or on the take profit we had a minus before, so now you don't need to do it. You just change the standard or close half and trail. So we have some other three options, and they're a little bit more complicated. I will explain them in different videos. For example, multi-close half and trail, it will every time, it's very good when there is a good big move. I was using these settings for trading the news. A while ago it was quite easy to predict during the news events good moves. These days the news you see not as much as economical as political have an impact on the market, and it's really hard to find when it's going to happen. But anyway, on a good move, these are good settings. So close half and trail. So for example, the first half it closes, right, and then it will open a new order with the same setting as the previous. It will be closing half and trail, and it will be open again a new one. Every time it will be closing, it will be open a new, and that like you're pyramiding it, so you're getting more and more and more profits. And if, for example, the last trade we go into the lose, the recovery system will be switched on. If you will place it, of course, it's switched on. So that's the system. The other boost mode conservative and boost mode aggressive, also similar to the this concept of pyramiding, but they have a little bit of differences. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to spend time now, but it's also, they will also continue buy or sell the moment the previous trade will be closed. But the last trade will not be recovered. It will be based on if you have a profit already, there is no need to recover. So I will need to explain it to you a little bit more afterwards. But the main one I'm still going to leave is my half and trail. I still prefer this one as a bit safer trading, let's say. But you have the options, more options. Like I'm saying, those pyramidings are very good when it's a big move expected. So the boost orders, they are, you ignore them for standard, half trail, and multi-close half trail. The boost mode is for, you see, these boost orders are only for boost mode, conservative or aggressive. Okay, so that's why this one I will also explain to you. So for our usual close half and trail, for example, so take profit is what your take profit, right? So for example, if we do half, then it will close, let's say, at 120 points, half positions, and the rest of it will run with the trailing stop. So you can take profit, place whatever profit you want. You just double click and you put like 200. You can put 2000 if you want 200 pips, let's say. So it can be any number you want. like I'm saying. And also if you don't want to close half positions, you put, for example, standard, and then you increase your take profit, let's say to 200 pips you want, if you want to go for a big one. So I'm just going to leave it as it is, 120, still applying with the same setting, half and trail. Okay, so stop loss, pretty much that's the first stop is going to be, and also double click, and you can change whatever number you want. Remember, with my setup, it's when I'm using it for channel, it always has to be higher than the channel where the pair sits, right? Okay, so now move stop loss to break even after. So you see, guys, don't touch like this. It just tells you, explains you a little bit what it means, like, you know, the points, percentage of take profit. So you don't touch this, you only changing where we have numbers. So you see, move stop loss to break even. That's where if when the market moves and you want to move it to break even, right? So it's could be any number you want. The slippage buffer is the new also feature of break even. So that's what I was telling you. See, when the market moves to break even, we have now, because of the slippage can happen. So the programmer made this new feature. It would be not exactly break even where it's zero. It will be just slightly in profit from that break even point. So this like 30 points is only 3 pips. You can also change, you can put like, let's say 10, it will be only 1, or you can just put 0 if you want exactly at break even. But I have asked this to put in because I had quite a lot of trades on gold, and when it's closes my second position at break even, the price was slipping quite often, and I was walking away with minus few cents, and I said I want plus few cents. And now with that slippage buffer, it closes with small little profits instead of the losses of the break even 0, and then the price slips. So that's what this is a new feature for. Now we have this is the trail stop loss after it closes half position. That means after the closing positions. So, and also you double click and change that. Then you have trailing stop. You can place whatever trailing stop you want. Trailing step is how close the trailing will be moving, right? So you can change that to whatever you want. Reference number is just a number of the EA. If you want to trade few the same pair, but with few different settings set up, so then you can open different charts, and then you would need to change the reference number. They have to be all different, otherwise they're going to collapse with each other. So you just double click, and then you can put, let's say 1, or next one you open, you put 2, 3, and whatever. So that would work properly that way. That's, for example, on gold, right? I have gold 2 set up, so one is with 1 number reference, another one with just a 0. Okay, so now we're going to, that's the main settings for usual trading I have. Okay, so now we are going to recovery settings, and that's where the system goes, right? The system with recovery. And so now we can have actually 2 options where recovery can go for profit, or it will go for no loss. I still prefer to leave it for profit because, you know, I keep an eye on it. And what does it mean? That means that when it looks at what is your setting here and what your take profit. So if it will lose, right? So hit the stop loss, it will be trying to recover that loss, plus will be trying to make the original profit we wanted to do, except it's not going to think that it needs to take half. So if it's 0.02 and it's 120 points, so that will be counting like it wants to make that profit back. Okay, so that's why if you leave it like this, it will be covering not just the stop loss. If you just leave no loss, and it will be only recovering the loss. Recovery order size limit. So you see, guys, we have one lot. So you can increase this, also double click, you can increase it or decrease it. That way you are calculating pretty much your risks, right? Because you don't want, when the lot size is growing, because the basically recovery based on a little bit of martingale with averaging, and if you keep an eye on it, you can pretty much you can control and see what is going on. So but if you don't want to risk it, let's say, depends how big your account, of course, money management, you want to say, I don't want the lot size go bigger than one lot. So, okay, before one lot it goes and that's it, stop the recovery, because recovery process, yes, it can go into few attempts. So let's also double click, you change it, recovery attempts. Well, I put 100, but it could be as many as you want. Not put small, because when with the new now ways of settings, it can be quite a lot of recovery attempts. But like I'm saying, your money management will depend on the size of the lot. So it doesn't matter how many more recoveries, if it goes to up to one lot, so that's it. So, but I mean, okay, we have 100. I don't remember getting more than that, but you can actually change it in the process. If you see it goes quite a lot of attempts, then you can put more, like whatever, like add another 0 to it. Okay, so it's not going to make a big difference. I can even leave it as it is. Recovery factor, guys, that's just a little bit of, it also explains to you take profit plus whatever loss plus how many attempts it makes. So it kind of adds a little bit to the profit we want to get. So for example, we don't want just to make this 12 pips, right? So we want it. We want a little bit extra, slightly more than that every time it goes into recovery. So the more this number you put, the bigger lot size will be at recovery attempts. So that's why I keep it quite low, minimum, so the lot size will not increase. You see, depends on how big your size of account. But you can change this number wherever you want. If you don't want it to increase a little bit at all, so just put 0 or just remove it completely, you know, it's like, and it's not going to do anything. But I'm still going to leave it a little bit because, yes, when it goes into recovery, I like to get a little bit of profit. So recovery trade take profit also is what you can set up. It's all based on the system. Then we have another new settings, recovery take profit optimization. So you see, when it places the new orders, it also calculates the distance, right, for the profit it needs to go to get it. So you can maximize profit, or so it will go and try to get as much profit, or minimize distance, so it will try to get minimum distance, so it's faster to get out from the losing trade from the recovery. So that's why I, for example, leave it as a minimized distance. I would like it more than to go for profit, because it will be still trying to either leave the distance the same or increase slightly to get that profit to you. So that's why I prefer to minimize. Recovery trade stop loss, well, it's quite understandable, the stop loss again. So the next settings, also those ones are just examples, so you change if you want. I mean, I don't really place that, it's no reason for it. I mean, the programmer decided to put it in, but I wouldn't use it because it's for recovery stop loss to move to break even. And also the slippage, like in the other settings for the usual trade. I would just leave it as it is, to be honest. But I mean, you can try with it and see, maybe it would be benefits of it somehow, but I think we'll just leave it. So the next we have trailing stop. You see, that's the new feature. Before we had with the recovery system, to get out from the bad trade, to recover the trade and come out with profit, we had to go the whole length of whatever, like let's say we have 600 pips, right? A point, 600 points. So before it had to go all the way. So now you see with the new settings, we put it 250 at this moment, but to be honest, it will be, you would need to change it, depends how big you will be take profit. And of course I will be doing some more tests and see which one is better, still keeping an eye on it and dumping a little bit more and more, topping up the profits of recovery, like I showed you in the video, one of my videos, is still looks better. But if you don't want to watch it once again, so you can put a trailing stop. So when the market will be moving your direction and getting you into profitable trade, it will be placing the trailing stop. So when it turns around on you, you already will top up a little bit of that recovery trade. So we're not going to lose now the whole what we gained, and then by only a few pips we didn't bank it, didn't we? So that was a little bit of the downside of the previous way of trying to catch that good move to finish the recovery. So now with the trailing stop, it will be adding a little bit more, and then that means your account will grow a little bit more, right? So that's why I think this is a really great feature now. And you have the same, you can place the trailing stop, the trailing step, and then the next interesting options where you have what recovery will do when it, for example, hit the stop loss, right, and go for the next possible recovery attempt. So there are options here. You can either reverse direction or maintain direction. So with our my usual standard, it is a reverse direction. So that means, for example, if you bought and it turns around and you hit the stop, it will sell, okay, and other way around. So now, for example, you want to maintain direction. I will be giving you those shows, all examples afterwards, all guys, on separate videos, and you'll understand how it works. I'm just explaining to you. If you are quite advanced trader, you would understand all of this anyway. So I'm just giving you the overview of the possibilities, what can be done now. So that's the great, very great feature too, because as you know, like for example, when we do move one way quite a long way, like let's say 200 pips, and you want, instead of like buying that, right, you want to go the same direction. So if you bought and you want it's close to loss, you want to buy again, or if you sold and you want to sell again, so then you can change this direction, okay, so here automatically. And at the same time, so that's what I want to show you, these buttons, guys. So this is where you can do it manually when you're actually watching the recovery and it got to the point like it's, you think, okay, it will not continue the way, right, if I bought, right, and then it's going around and you think you need to sell, but then you're looking at it and no, looks like we go to one of the levels and I want, for example, to buy again. So then you can press one of these buttons and they will change the direction, okay. So but this is all automatically you can do, and this is what you can do the manually. That's what this button's for. That in the middle one will continue exactly how it was in your settings, buy and sell, and this one's will only buy and this one would only sell if you will change them. So that's the new nice features. Here the next one, after recovery action after stop loss with profit. So that's the stop loss with profit is when you have this also recovery and you have that the trailing stop moves behind it, right? And so when it touches that trailing stop with profit, usually I would want to maintain a direction. So I want to continue, right? So because we are thinking, okay, it should finish it at some point. So that's why I want to continue. But you can at the same time think, okay, maybe it will not. Again, it touch one of the levels and you want to reverse, so you can change it. So that's for the trailing stop, that one, okay? So when it's trails. So with the lot size, that's also a good feature. Here we have a reduced size. So maintain size when it would be continue with exactly the same size if it's you got a bit of the profit of this recovery, and the new order will be open with exactly the same lot size, but it will reduce the distance to the take profit. So if you change it to reduce size, that could be good because sometimes it might be a quite big lot and you want to reduce it, and when it hits a bit of the profit once again, right, it will next open the order with the smaller lot, but it will increase the distance to the take profit because it will calculate how much it needs to close it with the profit you want and cover the loss, okay? So that's pretty much, you can see by the situation what's happening in the market, and then you can change it. I prefer to leave it as it is because you see the lot size I use is very, very small. And of course, if I would be using a very big lot, then I would probably better to use a reduced size. And then we also have an example, so I will try to show you. Okay, next one is continue recovery. So after take profit, well, if you see sometimes it reaches the take profit and you want to continue recovery, so it's completely finished. But sometimes you might want to just decide, okay, wherever it does, wherever it's made profit, not made profit, you don't care. So, okay, recovery action after take profit, just finish it. That's it, just finish it. So, but I prefer to leave it continue recovery. So the actually EA calculates also, you know, you have some swaps in there. It also calculates that, and that's why you might don't want to, and you want to just like finish it, okay, after recovery hit the take profit. Because sometimes, like I'm saying, if it thinks it has a very little small loss, and it still would want to open a new trade to cover it. So that's what might happen, and you don't want it, and that's why you can do, let's say, okay, no more. So next section is, guys, time settings, and also these are only examples. Do not touch them. Do not touch any of this. That optimizations format or hours of optimization, this is all for the back testing. Also, don't touch anything of it. It's only for the back test. These ones are all examples how you can place your orders if you need to do it by times. Okay, so you need to buy, sell, timed at, and that's how you put it. Let's say you want to every day you want to buy and sell, only buy and sell at specific hour, right? Sometimes some strategies, they have this, so you can buy and sell. Let's say European session opens, well, depends where it is. So you can, for example, every day you want to, let's say 9 o'clock, right, exactly, open, buy, and at the same time sell. So that's how you place it. So you see, you look at it, that's the day, the hour, and the minute. You can even put seconds if you need seconds. It's sometimes quite important. I use it for trading events, economical events like non-farms. Right now I don't, because it's not moving exactly as it used to be a few years ago. So I don't use it very often, but that's what you need, a second. So you can put, let's say, only at 1 second. You can do so. If you need a specific day, and then you see exactly how it says here. For example, it's 2020. Then you see you have a dot there, just exactly how it says. We have, let's say, 11th November. I'm going to put the dot, and let's say it would be 15th November. Then you have a little space, and it will be all 9 o'clock in the morning at 1 second. You see, that's exactly how it's written here. That's exactly how you need to put it in to work it. Okay, so it will work. I'm going to remove it because I don't want any trades at that time, at this moment. And so this buy time and sell time, you see, says no offset. So it will do exactly at opening at that moment, at the opening price, it will buy and sell. Then you can use buy stop, stop, buy limit, sell limit, timed at, and those ones that you can set up with the distance, right? Like I'm using like 20 pips from the price, or 20 pips above or below from the price, or wherever pips you want. So you don't want to buy and sell at a current price. You want a distance. So from maybe one of the trades ain't going to be triggered. That's what I use for trading the gold right now, automatic. So and you do exactly the same, just as it's written here. Okay, so next, that's your market offset for timed pending orders, for those, right? For buy stop, sell stop, limit, buy limit, sell limit. So that's where you set up the distance you want. Confirmation pips for triggered orders. So this one for those on this panel for our buy stop, sell limit, buy limit. So that's the settings where you want, where we're placing the levels. So the pending orders lifespan minutes, that's what you want for the buy timed at no offset and sell time no offset. So if you no, not for this one, sorry, not for the no offset. It's for our buy stop, buy limit, sell limit, timed at. You see the times? That's what you need to place. So for example, like I'm saying, you place this setting. Let's say it will be looking at a specific time, let's say 9 o'clock in the morning. You want for 1 hour to look after the trade, the possible trade, right? To 20 pips from 200 points from the price. And that's what you have to put the time. So if you want to put 60 minutes, you put 60 minutes. You want to 2 hours, so it would be 120 minutes. Don't forget, it is in minutes. So it would look for the orders for 2 hours, and then it will cancel itself. Okay, so if you want more hours, so you add plus another 60, you want 180, you want 3 hours, and over and over, whatever hours you want. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's the main settings for trading, and the rest of it we have here. The colors you can change. Okay, this stop and buy stop, sell stop levels, they have a little bit of delay. See, 60 seconds, which you can change if you want more or less. I find it useful because sometimes if you put it to 0 and then you move buy or stop orders, and it might hit your current price, it might get you into the trade you didn't want to go into, okay, without even the distances, right? Just because you might make a mistake, you put it, drop it somewhere, forget about it, and then it just gets you into the trade. So that's why it has a few seconds of delay while you're thinking where to put them, how to put them, and you can change this number. So that's all for this buttons. So the line colors, that you can change the line colors you want if you need to. The colors of these buttons, also all of this, you can do any of these changes if you wish. The sizes, then you can have alerts. I don't have any of them, but you can change it if you need to. All of those changes to look different. Okay, so I'm keeping it as it is, and so that's the information here, guys. It's for the that panel here. That's also settings for it. So if you don't want, sometimes you might find it's disturbing you, right? So you can remove it, and I'm going to show you in a minute. So then you can also make the changes of make this panel look bigger, look smaller when you press the panel. Okay, when you press the panel. So let's start with this one. For example, if you don't want it, you just press it, put false, and you have nothing around. You see, you have a nice and clean screen, so you can do what you want to see if it's disturbing you. Sometimes it does, sometimes it is not, depends, and then you put it back. And for example, you want what else do you want? You can change the font name, the size. Let's say, for example, I want a little bit bigger size. I don't know, let's say 18. So I'm going to show you. You see, it's not that, but if you press the panel, you see now it's bigger, isn't it? Before it was very small, you couldn't read it. And also you can move it around. If it's again disturbing, you don't want it here, you can move it a little bit lower here and see what is going on, what is it there, describing you what is the trades you have, what the settings you have. So all you can do it, if you press it back, it just goes back to the standard one, the small one on the left side. So you see, it's quite cool features in here which you can use, and I think it's very cool. So this is not a demo account, so I'm not going to right now press all these buttons and show you how they work, because I will make a separate video, because right now it was an introduction for you, and just like I was saying, all of these levels, all of these buttons are pending orders. I can show you that. You see, that's where you can move this levels, buy stop, sell stop. You see, it's all moving around, and that's the usual levels. Then you can press, and you see trend lines, so then they look like this. You can see they are not stuck now, and you can change them by dragging them around. You see, doing this different ways, going like that, and you can do sell stop, for example. That's very useful when you are trading break out again from the trend lines. You see, guys, from the trend lines, and the same you can do. You sell limits, here they are, so you can place them. So that's usual. It's all as exactly as it was. Also, well, that button grid, I used to use grid quite often. And the other settings, this is just buy, instant, and instant sell. So if you press them, it will straight away buy with the settings already I have, and or sell with exactly the settings I have, which I told you examples I'm going to show you after. And when you want to close all the trades, if it has few trades and they're all positive, for example, then you can just press close all, and it will just close all the trades. So that's pretty much everything I have explained to you a bit more. Of course, the instructions will be given to you guys, full instructions written by the programmer exactly, and I just wanted to give you a little bit of an overview and introduction to our a new version of the EA, and the settings, what the settings are there, and what they do. So, well, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Of course, I'm telling you, it's a very useful tool, and EA and everyday trading is a very big relief from stress and pressure, honestly. So if you are interested, it's available through, at this moment, it's still available through Patreon. a monthly subscription, and it's very small at this moment, only $20. And also through Fiverr you can rent it for 1 month, and if you wish to get it for 6 months or 1 year, it has a discount, so it's very good. But hurry up guys, because we are going to make a very big promotion of the EA starting from next year, in January I think we will start, and the price will increase. So if you will secure your price now, that's it. You just go, no matter how big the price will go, it will be at a standard price for you guys. So always will be that price you get it now. But from the January, that's it. If you cancel it from wherever the price it will be afterwards, it's just going to be afterwards. Again, it's not my rules. It's with the programmer. You see, he did a great job, and so yeah, now it's pretty much a great full tool, fully complete with all these new settings, with new buttons. So yeah, we're going to make a quite big a promo with, and well, that's it. So. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like. Of course, I will be still, I don't know if I will do the signals also maybe from January or maybe February in winter, but I'm still trying, you see, to send it through the Telegram group on JFX, and also trying still to continue with my videos, at least weekly videos. I will continue to do daily videos, depends. I will be also trying to help you guys, because I'm trying to really help you to get trading and make it more comfortable, okay, more comfortable, and not spend fortune on it, okay. So that's my mission, okay. So that's it. See you next my video. Bye everyone.